Welcome, welcome. My name is Nate Barino, and I'm the proud owner of Healing Hands Mobile Wellness Spa. And I'd like to thank y'all for listening. And this is part two of my video of the concept that I came up with, like I stated in my first video, when I was studying psychology at the University of Windsor in Canada. The wine effect. Now, the first part one, consisted of the spirit, which was the very essence of who a person is, man and woman, which was man being a god and woman being an earth and moon goddess. But, but part two now is the mentality, the mental aspect of the wine effect, how you think, your moral code, your ethics, things of that nature. Being civilized, cordial, dealing with humility, having empathy, sympathy, for people. Also, self actualization, which is the ability to recognize your talents and also your purpose as well. So, self actualization is very important, and also self awareness, which is to be aware of who you really are, of your purpose in life, self awareness. Now, the mental aspect, first of all, the mental aspect is the bridge between the soul and the physical. The soul is that infinite amount of energy. There's in fact, in quantum physics, they call it the field. But the soul and the mind is different. The mind is the soul slowed down, slowed up. So the mind is what produced the ideas, and the origins of the ideas comes from the soul. So the thoughts come from the soul, which are slowed up, and it's the bridge between the spirit and the physical, because it governs the physical. Now, when we're dealing with thoughts, you want to make sure that your thoughts are positive, because your thoughts is what create your reality. Just like in the book I read, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, is a very good book. Your thoughts create your reality. So you want to keep your thoughts on positive thoughts, on loving thoughts, on the thoughts of unification, the thoughts of unconditional love. These type of thoughts you want to keep your mind on, because when you do, your body will produce that. The body, rather, is the actual house of the mind. It's the vehicle of the mind. It takes the mind where it needs to go. Okay. Now, morality is very, very, very important when it comes to your thoughts. You have to be able to distinguish what's right and what's wrong, and good and bad behavior. And once you're able to distinguish what's right and what's wrong, you can govern your moral principles with ethics. So, ethics uh, is the ability to govern moral principles and to do what's right as opposed to doing what's wrong. Now, these two elements, to have morals and ethics, also gives you the ability to be civilized, because civilization is very, very important because the root word to civil means peaceful. That's what civil. The root word of civilization is actually civil, and civil does mean peaceful. So to be peaceful, to teach peace, is to civilize, to teach knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, and refinement, and do not be a savage in the pursuit of happiness. That means that in your pursuit of happiness, you don't impede on no one's free will and you don't hurt no one in order for you to be happy. That you should pursue happiness, but not in the pursuit to hurt somebody else for you to get happy, for you to be happy. And you have to deal with humility. You have to be humble. And I had to learn this throughout my years. You have to be humble because when you're humble with people, it gives you more of ability to have empathy with people, to put yourself in someone else's place, to be able to see to be able to see the pain that they're going through and be able to help and heal them with unconditional love. The mind, the ideas that come from the mind should be based on love, peace, and happiness because these are mind states that's going to help unify the world. How we unify the world is first, we teach who we are, self awareness, because when you know who you are, you can have self actualization, which means that you'll be aware of your talents and you'll actually fulfill your talents too, as well, because you have a purpose. And like I said, my purpose always is to heal, well as mentally as well as physically. So the mind is very important because it governs the body. Like I said, your thoughts create your reality. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Also, As a Man Thinketh, as I stated, James Allen as well are two really, really, really good reads that will help put you at a place to where that that you are in control of your thoughts. That regardless to what situation that happens, you can always remain peaceful and serene. You can bring peace to a chaotic situation with the mind, with the positive thoughts, with the thoughts of unification. The mind, they used to say that the mind is a terrible thing to waste. It really is a terrible thing to waste because if you want to waste your thoughts on things that consist of trials and tribulations and hate and prejudice and discrimination and poverty, then you're not living up to your full potential. You're living a low vibration. When we're dealing with now, we're lifting the vibrations of the people. That's the purpose of everyone, not just a particular race or a particular culture. Because what we should do is exchange information about each other's cultures as opposed to the destruction and going to steal and pillage and burn down and destroy different, statues and different historical things that were left by our ancestors. We need to just come together as one mind because all minds are one. So I'll say to that, I'd like to thank you again for listening. That the mentality, which is the second part of the wine effect, and the wine effect is, you know, as you get older, like fine wine, you get better with time. Take care.